A game which many would have expected them to win. And they still will want to show what they can do. Remember, they really put on the champagne stuff against Tampines Rovers a couple of matches ago. Really, really impressive performance. A 5-1 hammering of Tampines that caught the eye. Balestier Khalsa also, let's not take anything away from them. They've also been in hugely impressive form. I think we've really got to give them credit as well. As I mentioned, that goalless draw against Albrechts Nagata away, that's not easy. That's a team they've traditionally struggled against. And then a fine 4-0 win against Tanjung Pagar, followed by a team they beat twice last season, Geylang International, though Geylang had the last laugh by pipping them to the AFC Cup spot, the final one, by 1 single point. But they can make a statement of intent here today. Balestier Khalsa. The officials, Y. Satyakumar, the referee. The assistants are J. Ashok Raj and Ko Chun Ju. Fourth official, Mohammed Hilmi Fuad. Fabian Kwok on your left, and there's the long-term skipper of Balestier Khalsa, Zaiful Nizam. They'll be delighted to have him return from injury. He got injured in the game just before the international break against Tampines Rovers when he had to come off. There's a Balestier Khalsa lineup. Now, they've made just one change. Amir Hakim is injured, and Akil Yazid comes in. That's the only change. That will be a defensive change. For Hougang United, apart from Clementio coming back from illness, we wish him well, there are 3 other changes. Ridwan Barudin reclaims the #1 spot from Mukundan Maran, who made a big mistake in the last match against Tanjung Pagar. And there's a man we're talking about, Clementio, who's just become Coach of the Month. And it's a warm welcome back. And he goes over to say hello to Darwin Jalil and Marko Kraljevic of Balestier Khalsa. Anders Aplin comes in for Faiz Saleh, who's injured. Shafiq Ghani, who I think has been excellent this season when he's been filling in for Gilberto. He's injured, unfortunately, as well. Kishon Philip, the under-23 player, steps in. Marko Kraljevic was all about continuity. He said he wanted to keep the bulk of the squad. 90% of them have stayed with Balestier this season, which is unusual, as is the fact that all 4 foreign signings have also stayed with the club for this season, and they're beginning to gel as well. So Balestier kick us off in the red, and Hougang going from right to left. We would expect to see in a game like this, perhaps, for Hougang to take the initiative. Looking to play that forward. Lionel Tan gets there first, does well. A bit of a mistake there. That goes under Harish Krishnakumar, but straight back to Ridwan Barudin, who was dropped for the last few matches in favour of Mukundan Maran. It'll be a good midfield battle today as well, you feel. Shawal Anwar tries to play that ball forward, tries to dink it. Zaiful Nizam is alert. little bit scrappy in these early stages. Neither side able to hold on to possession. What you'll get, of course, is Kaishu Yamazaki will play this holding role for Hougang. He just sit in front of the defense and screen, but he is actually, he prefers to be an attacking midfielder. That's not a position he's been used to in Singapore. A couple of seasons for Albrecht Negata, he was playing at centre-back. Here is Kaishu. Farhan Zulkifli, who has impressed and was called up for national training a few weeks ago. Yamazaki, you'll see a lot of the ball. Little nod down there from Fabian Kwok, the captain. Yeah, it does look like they're employing a five-man defense. Does allow the wing-backs to get forward. Free kick in a good area here, dangerous for Balestier Khalsa, who haven't really had much time on the ball yet. They've got some big defenders in the way. Enzo Brencovic in particular comes to mind. Kaishu, it goes for a low one that almost creeps in, and Zeifel was alert to the danger. Tries to get rid of it quickly, and there's a foul. And because there is no Amir Hakim, of course they have to adjust a little bit. Akil Yazid is the centre-back today. The young player, he's not the biggest as well. That's really putting a bit of pressure on him. But it will be, you sense, Enzo Bruncevic who will be keeping a firm eye on the SPL hitman of the moment, Tomoyuki Doi. And if you could just see the picture there, he towers over Doi. 1.96 Enzo Bruncevic. Another free kick here for Hougang. Well, that's poor, I'm afraid. That's not going to trouble anyone except the ball boy, who's got quite a long way to go to get it. Well, for those of you who keen watchers on the SPR, I thought Balestier Khalsa were absolutely fantastic here against Tanjong Pagar and fully deserved the 4-0. Shuhei Hoshino is another one who plied his trade. He was top scorer a few seasons ago, Jumbo, as he's known, for Albrecht Negata. Yeah, what this system allows for with Hougang United, of course, is that the fullbacks can get forward as much as possible. Nice work there from Hazwan. Fabian intercepts. And then Kishon Philip gets involved. He's in a good position there. Someone's going for goal. And Philip was in a very good position. Here's Farhan. They look pretty solid at the back. Hougang, except that they have conceded now. And the flag goes up. Yeah, poor run of conceding goals at the moment, Hougang. And now had a clean sheet in 14 matches in a row. That's something they desperately want to change. Here's Lionel Tan at the centre of that defence, so a three-man back line. Lionel Tan. Now Anders Aplin, Lionel Tan himself, one who's been considered for the future in the national setup. Kaishu stays strong. Oh, he's combative, isn't he, Kaishu? And he's won the ball back. Very good work from the Japanese holding midfielder. Draki has covered well, scored his first professional goal last week, or last round. It will be a corner. This is better from Balestier, and they've got the firepower to put the pressure on at these set pieces. No Shime Zuzul. That's another game that he doesn't start. It's at least 3 in a row that he hasn't started, but he has been effective when he's come on. What a player to be able to bring on. It's Enzo and Bruncevic, of course, would be the obvious man. And Zaplin, I think, is trying to keep an eye on him. They're going zonal here. It's evaded just about everyone. Yeah, he's a potent weapon, Enzo Bruncevic, who actually was quite free scoring last season before he got injured. Yeah, he missed the rest of the season, Enzo Bruncevic. Must remind you, of course, that fans are now allowed in from this weekend onwards, thanks to the new regulations. Up to 250 fans. Of course, there are a few things they have to do in advance, and it will take a little while for people to get used to that again, of course. As Balestier Khalsa come in, Christian Krajcik, haven't mentioned his name so far. It's a bit of a miss kick here from Anders Aplin, and he waits to take for the corner. Shuhei Yoshino decides that's the best option. That was untidy from the Singapore international. Almost got himself into a bit of trouble there. Well, let's see if there's a better corner now for Balestier. Not really been a problem. Draki tries to go forward. That goes in very, very hard there, Fadli Kamis. Oh, sorry, that was Akil Yazid, who was uncompromising. Decide to go long now. Ridwan Baradin. And yeah, he too has got mistakes in him. I've seen a lot of goalkeeping errors this season. Across the board, including high-profile ones from none other than Lion City Sailors' Hassan Sani. Singapore, at the moment, number 2 goalkeeper. Interesting to see Krychek in this very advanced role, kind of a roving forward. Here he is. And then Shume Zuzul, when he comes on, Krychek then tends to move either, yeah, normally to central midfield. Here's Aplin. Try to play that up towards Kishon Philip. Shawal. Cuts inside, Shawal. Bruncevic clears. That comes off Farhan. Played at a fairly sedate pace at the moment. Not the most intense match you'll ever see. I don't think that's going to worry either of these teams at the moment. Akil going for a bit of a speculative ball. Good work to stop the run of Maksat there. Gareth looked a little bit of a shove on Idraki. Oh, that I do have to say, while that was obviously a not particularly great challenge on Ahmad Shahir, I don't think there was intent on that. I think the momentum took him forward, to be honest with you. I'm not sure he meant to do that, to be fair to Idraki. Let's have another look at this. Yeah, I think he was already going down. I think it might have been his knee connecting with the shins there of Ahmad Shahir. It didn't look great, obviously, especially on the replay. Remind you that, of course, there are 2 matches a day. In the Singapore Premier League this weekend. Let's tell you what else is going on. Young Lions are playing Tanjong Pagar. Now that is a battle of the bottom of the table. Tanjong Pagar rock bottom, looking for their first win. Remember, they were denied right at the very end by Tomoyuki Doi, and they are 1-0 up. Ryo Nishiguchi, who finally got off the mark last week, has got his second goal. He got it in the 5th minute, and we'll keep you abreast of that match as well this evening. Here's Farhan. Kaishu. Gareth goes back to Ensa Bruncevic. Ahmad Shahir, thankfully, is okay. Yeah, they play almost a 3-4-3 today. Hougang. Kishon Philip weaving in and out, has done well here. And that's cut out in the end by Harish. Anders Aplin will get there first, and he goes for safety first rather than back to his goalkeeper. Interesting choice. Fabian Kwok. Now, Shawalanwa playing on their right-hand side for the moment. Farhan. He's got forward here. And he was looking to play a ball in the back post. No one attacking it. We haven't had any massive chances yet, really, for either side. Neither keeper has been tested. Still very early days, of course. And as I said, two informed teams, so you can imagine this to be a little bit cagey. There is a lot of firepower available to Hougang normally, but players like Sahil Suhaimi and Sharul Ishak are injured at the moment. Krychek. That's away by Maksa. That has just gone out of play. Yeah, when they're at full strength, I think they're quite a team to keep an eye out for. Nazrul Nazari, I mean, they're already been mentioned as title contenders after what's been a great start to the season apart. The only real disappointment, I think, is that they lost to... Well, that's a bit short. Kishon Philip! Oh, and that has just been evaded after a great bit of work from Zaiful Nizam. Kishon Philip thought he'd scored. And yeah, he's just replaying it in his mind. Oh, excellent goalkeeping from Zaiful Nizam. That looked to be the opening goal. The youngster would have been absolutely thrilled with that one. A very bad, poor header from Akil. Kishon thought he'd done enough, but excellent work. You really got to applaud Zaiful Nizam there, who adapted well to the situation and clawed at the ball and got away with it, because he was in two minds, wasn't he? And that would have been dream well there for Kishon Philip. There's players going down in the box, I've got to say, at the moment. Now, yellow card, I think, for both Ensar Bruncevic and Lionel Tan. There have been a few things going on, and now the officials are having a talk. There might be an incident here. Are we going to see a red card, perhaps? Let's see if we have anything. Oh, we're going to have... No. Is that going to be a red card? I think it is. It's a red card to Ensar Bruncevic. The yellow card was rescinded. A red card was issued. And the big man has to go. That's a huge turning point in this game, literally and figuratively. Bruncevic, he looks nonplussed by it all. Not too much protesting from him. But was there a headbutt on Lionel Tan, who's now up, by the way? Well, that is, from a neutral point of view, it's really disappointing, because this was a build-up to quite a great match here. And now it's 10 against 11, early on as well. Balestier have to cope for about an hour now with 10 men. And I can tell you the two benches are having words. Their officials are having more words as well. This may not be over. Oh, it's been given a penalty as well. Well, in all the muddle, we were looking around at reactions and stuff. A penalty has been given. Well, that's interesting. The corner hadn't been taken. The corner, a penalty's been given. I'm trying to, there we go. There's the incident. Now, here we go with the penalty. Just trying to figure out how this has happened. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm not sure why there would have been a penalty in the first place. It was a corner, and yet they were looking for a penalty. I don't understand how that could have happened. So this is the correct decision. There was some confusion here. It was off a corner, then there was a headbutt, so there was never a question of a penalty. I'm glad that's been corrected, but the corner's been taken from the other side. It's a poor corner. Well, that just, it's been a bizarre few minutes here at Payoh Stadium. Okay, we are going to have a substitution. I think no surprises here. That Adil Johari is going to come on. And Harish is going to go off. And so Adil has to play centre-back. Of course, that's a key position. I have to say, I was wondering what was happening earlier.
Number 40, Harish Krishnakuma, is replaced by number 55, Adil Johari.
I'm just trying to see how they are set up here. Balestier, Khalsa. Well, it appears that Adil will play right back. Fadli Kamis is going into centre back to join Akil. That is probably the smallest centre back pairing you'll see in the SPL this season, and that is going to be interesting to see how they cope. Well, we'll have another look at that headbutt during the halftime highlights to see if that red card was warranted. There is another man down for Hougang, but surely now this is set up so well. It's Kaishu, I think, Yamazaki, who's gone down. But I think this is set up so well now for Hougang United to take advantage of the situation. It's a drinks break. There's been a bit of a muddle, hasn't it? And confusion. Marko Kraljevic is not happy at all. Kaishu seems to be okay. Still getting treatment there, Kaishu. So just to repeat, Ensar Bruncevic has been sent off for an apparent foul on Lionel Tan. Both players were given yellow cards. That was then rescinded, and Bruncevic was sent off. A penalty was somehow awarded because of that incident, which was then later reversed, and we had a corner, which actually turned out to be the right decision. Still no goals in this match. It's all happening here at Payoh Stadium. But the advantage now most certainly with Hougang United. Akil has gone over to left centre-back. Fadli Kamis is now right centre-back. And the right back is Aidil Johari. They really don't have too much in the defensive department today to help out. Here's Idraki. Oh dear, he tried to hit that first time. It's a poor miss from the youngster who's got plenty of skills about him. Was impressed in that match against Tampines Rovers. Should have got a goal in that one, but then scored in the last game. Can't see Balestier now. They're just going to have to sit back, soak up, and then hit on the counter when they can. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving earlier before that headbutt, by the way, between Bruncevic and I think Lionel Tan. But we'll look at that incident later. Bigger problems at the moment for Balestier Khalsa. Here's Krajcek. He's done well, Krajcek. Gets the cross in. Idraki. Down the line to Shawal. So remember, Harish has been taken off. And it means that they're playing 4-4-1 with Krajcek now in central midfield, along with Arish. Doi! And he smashes over. Just created that little bit of space for himself, but hit it over. Better from Hougang. Very good work from Kishon Philip, who's been lively. Yeah, it was there to be hit. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that tonight. That came off. Well, that looked to have certainly come off Shuhei Hoshino, but it's given as a Balestier throw-in. Here's Aidil, the new man in. Hoshino, appling away. Now Krajcek. They just need to sort themselves out a little bit here, Balestier Khalsa. Time on the ball, if they can. Forward by Zaiful Nizam. That sits up for Hoshino, who landed awkwardly. He's still on the ground. I think it was his arm, perhaps, or his side. Yeah, I think it's side, the way he landed. Just needs a minute, doesn't he? Have another look. Yeah, he'll be fine. Fabian Kwok to get us going again. Here's Kaishu Yamazaki. Tomoyuki Doi just dropping a little bit. Good work by Fabian. Is there a foul on Doi? Good work from Idraki. Still kept it alive. It's interesting to see Farhan come onto this right-hand side for a little while. Yeah, I think they're just doing a little bit of a tweak here themselves now, Hougang, in response to what has happened with Balestier now reduced to 10. Just trying to see if they've moved to a back four, perhaps. We'll just keep an eye on that. No, it just looks like Idraki and Farhan have swapped sides for the moment. Idraki's done well. So it is still 3 at the back. Kaishu. Good work from Hazwan. Problem is, they can't really launch much. I just wonder whether we'll see Shimei Zuzul. They'll have to hold him back a little bit rather than introducing him earlier than they probably wanted to. Balestier Khalsa. Having 2 strikers on might be a bit of a luxury, depending on the situation now. You can bet that Balestier will just try to eat up seconds here and there. They will not try to rush things. You can't blame them, really. Kraljevic will be, I'm sure, giving them that sort of instruction. There's no rush now. When you reduce to 10, this is what you have to do, and then maybe work on set pieces and or counter-attacks. I'm not sure what Hoshino was trying to do there. The onus now is actually completely on Hougang. The pressure, it's not on Balestier. Despite being down to 10, they know what they've got to do, just defend. Foul by Ahmad Shahir on Idraki. Does love to run at play as Idraki. No doubt about the foul by Ahmad Shahir. They've defended that just about. A chance there for Applin. His reaction tells you a lot. I think he feels he should have done better with that. And you've got to give credit there to Fadli Kamis. He did just enough. That was almost a free header, wasn't it? 9 minutes to hold on here till the break. Balestier Khalsa. What they've lost as well, by the way, Balestier, is also a goal threat in Brincovic, who scored in the last game, especially in the set pieces. Krajcek tried to go for goal there. That was very ambitious from the attacking midfielder, who's in a bit of form at the moment, Krajcek. Goal and assist in the last 2 games. Quick update from Jalan Besar Stadium. It's still 1-0 to Tanjung Pagar, which is their best chance now of getting their first win since 2014. It would also lift them off the bottom of the table. So it's a massive 6-pointer. And I think after their last performance against the team right here, Hougang United, they'll be very much boosted by that. Bit of pressure here, Ridwan. He has had very little to do so far. Referee said Gareth Lowe took that throw a little too early. Actually, Hazwan got into a really good position there, but I think he was a bit cheeky with the way he took the throw. Farhan. Now Idraki. Poor ball. Well, Tomo Ikudoi's just hurt himself. He seems to be okay, Doi. Well, it does appear that Idraki and Farhan are now playing on the same side. So, again, just something to ponder, this change. It was just barged into by Akil. Yeah, it's an interesting tweak, it really is. I think it is now very much almost a 4-3-3. Just keeping a close eye on what they're trying to do. Here's Maksat. Now Fabian. Applin. Yeah, it's also interesting because Shawal Anwar has gone into a more central position now. Here's Tomo Ikidoi. Lovely little ball from him. Idraki. It's going to be a corner. Just about 4 minutes left in his first half. Easy header there. Maksat straight at Zaiful. That's not a great kick out. We're hearing it's going to be 4 minutes of added time. I think that after all the confusion of that red card, now a little way in, Shuhei Hoshino. Oh, that's a poor cross. Trying to get that across to Hazwan. Has to do better than that. Shuhei Hoshino. Forward to Kishon Phillips, done well. He's sticking right on Aidil, who was waiting for some kind of contact with him. It almost looks now like a 4-4-2 with Shawal and Doi up top. Idraki playing on the right, Farhan is the right back, and Kishon is now left mid. Oh, chance. Oh, it's a chance, isn't it? It's a decent one. It's probably the best chance they've had. Krychek, he can't believe it. They've had so few of them. You have to make them count. Out of the blue. This free kick lofted in. Actually, you've got to give a lot of credit there to Fadli, who managed to pull that back for Krychek right in front of goal. Wouldn't that have been a story had they scored just before half-time? Balestier Khalsa. Has one. Krychek. Ball in from Hoshino, but too easy for Ridwan. Well, far too easy for Krychek to get the ball off Kaisho Yamazaki. That was very strange, that one. Arish. Shuhei Hoshino. Not sure what he was thinking there. But all of a sudden, they've come alive here, Balestier Khalsa, towards the end of this first half. There's a confirmation of the 4 minutes we told you about.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes.
Fabian Kwok. Now Lionel Tan on the ball. Here's Anders Applin. I think they'll be frustrated that they haven't tested Zaiful Nizam enough, and quite often with 10 men that can happen. Good ball in. Doi! Oh, excellent defending. That is top-notch defending. And that could quite easily have been the opening goal. And you have to give a lot of credit there to Fadli Kamis. That would almost certainly have been goal number 1. So a good chance there for Doi, blocked there by Fadli, who's not a natural centre-back. Now Idraki. Still got a couple of minutes in this first half. Kishon Philip. Fabian. I think if you're a Hougang fan, you'll just feel that they're not quite zipping the ball around fast enough and putting the pressure on this makeshift defense of Balestier. And they'll be very happy with balls like that. I think we're also going to see Khairul Nizam come on in the second half. He's already been put through the paces on the sidelines. They just want to add on more attacking options. Feeling that it's going to be Kishan Philip, the youngster, who will make way, as is quite often the case with the under-23 players. I think he's actually had a decent game. But yeah, that will be a tough front line of Khairul Nizam, Shawal Anwar and Tomoyuki Doi. Akil takes it quickly. Here's Hazwan. Now Krychek. Again, that's not great communication. Might actually see Sime Juzo come on at some point. About 30 seconds or so. I think if Balestier can get to half-time without conceding, they'll be very, very happy with that, given the firepower on display. But I think overall they may feel aggrieved at the sending off. We'll have another look at that, by the way, in half-time. That's optimistic again from Shuhei Hoshino. Well, that brings to a close an eventful first half, which had everything except goals. The big headline so far from the first 45 is the sending off of Ensar Bruncevic for what appeared to be an off-the-ball foul on Lionel Tan. And the halftime score here at Payoh Stadium, it's Balestier Khalsa 0, Hougang United 0. Welcome back to Payoh Stadium for the AIA Singapore Premier League match between Balestier Khalsa and Hougang United. There are no goals so far in this match, but it's been eventful. And we look at some of the highlights. And it was, of course, we expected Hougang to really come at Balestier. It never really happened, to be fair, but this was one of the closest points when Kishon Philip actually did really well to get the ball over Zaiful Nizam. But you've got to give a lot of credit to the Balestier goalkeeper for somehow clawing the ball away. That's a really, really good save. Then was this off-the-ball incident. Ensar Bruncevic adjudged to have fouled Lionel Tan. We couldn't see the accident in real time. It was a red card given to Bruncevic. First a yellow was dished out to each player. Yeah, we're not really able to see clearly what happened. Anyway, with 10 men, you would have thought that Hougang would come firing at Balestier. This was one of the few chances they had. Tomoyuki Doi smashing over after good work from Kishon Philip. But that was about it in terms of chances. Then the best one right before the end of the half fell to Balestier and Christian Krajcek, who smashed over off the volley. And that was about as good as it got for both sides. And these are the stats. Now, lots of shots for Hougang, only 3 on target. None of them have tested Zaiful Nizam, apart from that one from Kishon Philip, where Zaiful had to just improvise a little bit. Balestier Khalsa have been a bit toothless, especially now they're reduced to 10. But let's also remind you of what else has happened today. And before the match, we had the first ever awards given out, Player of the Month and Coach of the Month. Coach of the Month went to Clementio. We got $300 for what's been a great start to the season for Hougang United. And Player of the Month has gone to Tomoyuki Doi, who has been scoring for fun at the moment. $500 he gets for that particular accolade. Very well done to the both of them. Let's remind you that there is one other game going on at the moment, and Tanjong Pagar United are a goal up against Young Lions thanks to a very early strike from Ryo Nishiguchi. We'll take a short break. When we return, it'll be the second half here at the Payoh Stadium. Balestier Khalsa up against Hougang United.
AIA Vitality. Your health is every choice you make. We are part of a global wellness program with over 1.65 million members in AIA across Asia. And in Singapore, we have more than 100,000 members on AIA Vitality. Members live healthier by knowing their health through online health assessments and screenings. They improve their health by logging exercises and enjoying the rewards to keep them going. And indeed, members are making improvements in their health. Even the vitality age gap has narrowed to less than a year. Best of all, you earn points for every activity. The higher your status, the greater the rewards, including up to 15% off insurance premium on selected AIA plans. To keep you going, there is the weekly fitness challenge with personalized targets to help pace and improve your fitness. When you complete the challenge, you get a spin on the Vitality Wheel to earn Vitality Coins, which you can use at the marketplace. That's not all. You also earn AIA Vitality Points for completing these activities. And very soon, you'll be on your way to Platinum status. And we sweeten the deal further with many exciting partner benefits that you can enjoy. With AIA Vitality, nothing gets better than a healthier you. So get onto AIA Vitality today because your health is every choice you make.
We're back at Payoh Stadium. The lights have started to come on here. Second half will get underway shortly between Balestier Khalsa and Hougang United. A reminder, if you've just joined us, that it was an eventful first half, not particularly in the chances department. There were a few opportunities, not many, mainly falling to Hougang, but there weren't as many as you'd think there would be, given the firepower that they have and their overall form and where they are on the table. Balestier Khalsa have been limited to a couple, but the big news, of course, is that there's been the sending off of Ensar Bruncevic for what appeared to be an off-the-ball incident with Lionel Tan. We are understanding that there's going to be more substitutions. And no surprises that Khairul Nizam is coming on for, this is what we thought would happen. Khairul Nizam is coming on for Kishon Philip, who I thought played quite well. So this will give a bit more experience and a goal threat with Khairul Nizam now coming on, signing from Geylang International. And he's one of the attacking options that they brought in this season. Singapore international. Who unfortunately is a little bit injury prone. They know that the goal, they have to be a little bit patient because Balestier Khalsa are going to pack that back line. It'll be a rear guard action from them to try and soak up the pressure and look to hit on the counter. That is their only real attacking option. They've got Afiq Noor as well, who'll run at players. Hafiz Sujad, perhaps. That's what you'd expect. But they have had a few tweaks now, haven't they? And there is confirmation that Khairul Nizam, who's had a bit part role so far this season. Well, you would think now that it's going to be an all-out assault by Hougang United. This is the chance, remember, to put pressure on Albrecht Nagata to go top of the table.
Player number 26, Kishore Philip, replaced by player number 22, Khairul Nizam.
So a reminder that they've gone to a back four here, Hougang, with Farhan Zulkifli moving from left wing back to right back. Gareth Lowe right on it there on Kaishu. I think they've been told to put the pressure on from time to time, but it's not easy when you're down to 10. They're going to have to pick their moments. Fabian will sometimes just sit back, and that will allow Kaishu to move further forward, which is a position that he actually prefers. Kaishu himself is also quite deep at the moment. Krychek, try to take it first time. Try to do it all on his own as well. Ahmad Shahir, out to Krychek. Oh, great work from Krychek. He's still going. Krychek. Lionel Tan is there in the way. Excellent work from the attacking midfielder. Now Kaishu advancing. He's got options. Here's Shawal Anwar. Oh, needed to be a better ball from Idraki. Not enough on it to get to Tomoyuki Doi. Well, that's fallen kindly for Fabian. Goes down, no penalty. Not even really an appeal for it. Maksat, and now Kaishu. This is, I think, the pattern we're going to see for the second half. Farhan coming forward. Kaishu playing that in towards the box. That's batted away. Here's Lionel Tan. Anders Aplin now playing at the left back. Decent ball in towards Khairul Nizam, but Zaiful Nizam is there. And again, I stress that he really hasn't had that much to do. It's been actually a pretty easy time for him, given that they're only down to 10 men. Tomoyuki Doi. That's a very good challenge on him by Christian Krychek. Too much on that one for Krychek. Now Farhan. Nice ball from Doi. Khairul Nizam doesn't take the shot. looks up for his options. Shawal. Now Doi. Try to go on the outside. And there are too many players around him. That was a promising moment. And I just wondered there whether Khairul Nizam might have taken the shot. He is the hot shot, isn't he? Tomoyuki Doi at the moment. In Singapore football, 9 goals. 4 goals, 4 games in a row where he has scored a brace. Which is a very good streak, isn't it? That's a red-hot form at the moment. Fabian Kwok gets there first. His captain's armband is loose at the moment. He's fixing that up. Comes across to Farhan. Easy ball for Saiful Nizam. A lot of work for Maksat to do. What is he doing over there? Kept it in somehow, has one, not bad. And Krajcek heads it over. Well, he's been lively, hasn't he, Krajcek, in this match. As I said, he's 2 games in a row with a goal and assist. Lionel Tan comes forward. Saw the run there. Actually, a good run by Idraki. Kashu mishits that. Now has one. Oh, excellent work from Ahmad Shahir to win the ball back. Look at where Shuhei Hoshino is. He's very, very deep at the moment for their striker. And I think that might be an instruction. Things have just got worse here for Balestier because Hazwan has gone down, and that is not good. Hopefully it's just a cramp issue. Yeah, they certainly can't afford to lose one of their star players. Hazwan, of course, called up to the national training session not too long ago. And, well, that is it for him. I believe there's going to be a change, and Hazwan is going to come off, and Shime Zuzul is going to come on. That is a statement of intent from Balestier Khalsa. It does appear it's just hurt his hip, perhaps. And Shime Zuzul is coming on. Not bad to be able to bring on someone like that. So let's see how they tweak things here. Shime Zuzul now, the striker. He's got 1 goal this season. Scored in the last game against Geylang International. Well, let's see how they tweak this now. You would imagine that Hoshino can play a little deeper, and it will be Zuzul, of course, the target man. Nice turn there. Great ball from Krajcek. Zuzul is offside and into the side netting anyway. But it's a different kind of problem now for the Hougang defense with the introduction of Shime Zuzul. He can play out wide as well, Zuzul. I've seen him do that before. But they will generally play very deep. That's actually a really good run from Krajcek into some space. I think he wanted a ball earlier. Maksat Jakibaliev. Here's Idraki. Good work from Idraki. Will suck in players. Farhan slips the ball back to Idraki. Can he keep it in? He does. But again, too close to Zaiful Nizam. I've got to give credit here to Balestier because they are quite content to have players forward. Here's that run here. Nice little exchange of passes between Idraki and Farhan. Shawal, good first touch, maybe a little too much on it. And now Shime Zuzul storming forward. Look at this run, Shime Zuzul. Krajcek, that wins the free kick here. That's perfect as far as Balestier are concerned. I tell you what, I think at the moment are coping with this better than Hougang United are, who still have not managed to really test Zaiful Nizam, apart from that one effort from Kishon Philip. And I think that was before the sending off. Now, good position here. Krajcek. Oh dear. Well over. That was pretty central, but has to do better than that. They've got a lot of attacking players here. Maksat. Now Lionel Tan. Idraki. Maksat. Bit of a dramatic drop to the floor from him after the foul by Arish. No yellow card. Yeah, it was slightly late, wasn't it? Arish walks away quickly. Now free kick here for Hougang. Can they finally take advantage? Into the mix, and that's again good defending. Fadli Kamis. I've actually been very impressed with how they've taken on things here, this makeshift defence. And that header is wide from Shawal Anwar. That constitutes one of the few chances they've had in the second half. And even then, it's not on target. Well, 2 changes made by Balestier Khalsa, 1 by Hougang. Remember, they're missing the injured Gilberto. No Sahil Suhaimi. No Nazrul Nazari. So they don't quite have all the firepower. No Sharil Ishaka either. He's trying to make things difficult, and he does. It's a good job by Shime Zuzul. And I tell you what, sometimes they look a bit nervy at the back, Hougang, when Balestier come at them. It hasn't happened often. But as I said, right now, Balestier are not looking particularly uncomfortable when they're down to 10 men. Kaishu looks up. The flag stays down. Oh, it finally goes up. Karan Nizam, and anyway, he missed the target. It took a while. Took a while for the flag to come up, but it was offside. Well, Shawal will play nominally on the left-hand side. It can go from a 4-3-3, a 4-4-2 to a 4-3-3 at times. Half an hour to go. Are we going to get a goal here? Mucks up with a big header. That falls nicely to Karan Nizam. He looks up, finds Doi. Shawal. Karan Nizam! Oh, that he got down well. Zaiful Nizam. It's a good save. Still alive here though. Fabian Kwok tries to cross it in. Gareth Lowe clears it in the end. Well, that has been the best chance of this match, of the second half at least. Hougang are going to make another change, and it's what we thought. Hafiz Sujad will come on shortly, a bit more experience. Ridwan, that could have gone absolutely anywhere. Bit of a risk there from the keeper. Nice touch on. It's Doi. It's Doi! Lovely work from Karan Nizam. A touch on for the Japanese hotshot. And he's into double figures for the season. Rifles that into the roof of the net. And finally, Hougang have their goal. Lovely touch on for Karan Nizam. And smash that in. Such is the form of the Japanese striker.
Player number 9, Tomoyuki Doi.
10 goals for the season, Tomoyuki Doi. What a purchase he has been for Hougang. And a lovely setup there as well. Lovely touch on. Got to give credit to Karan Nizam. There has been a change here, as we mentioned. Now, how do Balestier respond as 10 men?
Substitution for Hougang United. Player number 80, Idraki Anna, is replaced by
Idraki's had a decent game.
player number 8,
Replaced
Abu Sujad.
by Hafiz Sujad. So what happens now is that Shawal will move to the right-hand side. Here's Doi. Always easier when you're working with a fellow strike partner. Oh, lovely ball in! First time, he makes no contact, Doi. Kaishu playing the ball into him. Actually a decent ball. Well, you'd imagine now Balestier have to try and make something of this. To be fair, they've worked hard. Here's Hafiz. Farhan, he's kept that in really well, Farhan. Well, that sails over everyone. Well, Clementio, I don't think he really cares about the style today. I think he cares about the 3 points more than anything else. And the man of the victory, well, that can be done another day. They can worry about that. Shimizuzu putting pressure on here. Oh, Shimizuzu! Is he through? He squares it. Krychek won't get there. And that was a nervy moment at the back for Hougang. We said that that was happening earlier, didn't we? And I think it was Hafiz Sujad who saved them the blushes there. Maksa just out-muscled by Shimizuzu. Good work from Gareth. An unfortunate slip by Shimizuzu. I think showing a little bit more attacking intent. Karanizam will chase this down. He's got Fadli Kamis on him. Now Farhan. Nice turn here from Doi again! At the near post, and this time it's pretty straightforward for Zaiful Nizam. Hafiz. They get a free kick here. Hougang after the foul on Farhan. This is that attempt, which is relatively similar to the one we saw that led to the goal. They should deal with that straightforward. No, they don't, and it's Shawal Anwar's header at the far post. That's just wide. Well, they really should have dealt with that better, Balestier. Totally misjudged that, but again, remember, this is a bit of a makeshift defence now. And I think they've done a pretty decent job of it. They'll have the drinks break now, and it's probably an opportune moment here for Marko Kraljevic to see what he can do. He doesn't have too many other attacking options to help out. Faisal Rafi is more of a central midfielder, but he does have goals in him. He scored the last time we were here, last weekend. Could be a throw of the dice to take off Arish and put on Faisal. A little bit more experience, a bit more of a goal threat, perhaps. Joshua De Souza is a forward. And let's remind you of the only goal so far. Lovely touch from Karanizam into the path of Tomoyuki Doi, who rifled that in. Now, are they going to have to make that third enforced change? They are going to. It looks like Faisal Rafi is indeed going to come on. And Akil Yazid is going to go off. Be interesting to see now who goes into central defense. They've used so many different players, have shifted around. Now, how on earth are they going to manage this? There you go. We did talk about Faisal Rafi coming on.
Substitution for Balestier Khalsa, player number 46 is replaced by number.
Well, it's another shift.
Faisal Rafi.
Ahmad Shahir looks like he has moved to right back from left back. Gareth Lowe from left mid to left back. He's taking the free kick right now. Aidil has now gone into left centre back. It's all happening, isn't it? Well defended that one, much better. Here's Hafiz. Going on the outside. And also a yellow card for Ahmad Shahir, who looks surprised at that. He must have seen what was coming, surely. Not sure what he did, to be honest with you. It wasn't him at all that should have got that. I think it should have been Irish. But the card has been given, nonetheless. Oh, now they've changed it. It is indeed going to be Irish who got the yellow card. That's why there was a surprise there from Ahmad Shahir. There he is now on the ball. Confirmation that it was Irish in the end who got the yellow. Shime Zuzul, will he get there? No, he hasn't. Now Shawal. Oh, lovely work from him. What they're doing now, they're just having Faisal Rafi and Irish just in front of the back four. I think that's a yellow for Maksat. It was some time coming, wasn't it? There you go. It is indeed going to be Maksat. Well, that's not a great tackle, is it? Yeah, they've gone into something like a 4-2-2-1. Gareth with the free kick. Needs to be a better one than that. Shuhei Oshino gets something on it. Fabian Kwok, though, drives it forward. Look at the pace there of Shawal. But Aidil saw the danger. That's pretty wild, that one. Headed on by Fadli Kamis. High boot on Faisal Rafi by Hafiz Sujad. Still can make another change if they so wish. Hougang United. Now, free kick here from Krajcek. Ball right across. Put out of play by Maksat. As I mentioned, they're playing sort of a 4-2-2-1 with Hoshino and Krajcek behind Zuzul. Still got a chance here. As long as it's still 1-0, Balestier will believe they can get back into this. And you have to give them credit for still making it a close affair. Krajcek into the mix to be easy for Ridwan, who makes a hash of it. They've got to score. It's cleared off the line. Lionel Tan has saved Hougang there, and they probably should have scored that, but Ridwan Baradin made a real mess of it. That looked to be fairly straightforward for the goalkeeper. And was that a close call or what for Hougang United? Well, that would have been something. Still alive here for Balestier Khalsa. Here's Zuzul. Hoshino trying to get it back to the striker. There's going to be some nerves here. Now they'll look to aim at Zuzul perhaps for this throw. This is the chance earlier. Lofted up. Baradin made a real mess of it. And actually wasn't the greatest of shots from Hoshino. If he hit that cleaner, that could well have been 1-1. As it is, he hit it towards Ridwan, who then deflected it to his goal line, and then it was cleared by Lionel Tan. Krajcek. Zuzul. Looks like a shot from him. He went for goal. That was very ambitious, but he has got a free kick because of handball. Oh, he'll be happy with that. He'll take that. Little change of spray for Y Satyakuma. Now, we know Krajcek can't score from here. Hoshino's looking like an interested party as well. Nervy moments for Ridwan Baradin and his defence. Well, they went under the wall. That was a bit too obvious, perhaps, and those rarely work, do they? Shawal now trying to break. Well, unsurprisingly, Hougang in no real hurry now to get things moving. The referee's just looked at his watch. He'll probably be keeping an eye on the time. Krychek. Now Hoshino. Here's Arish. Nicely done by Shawal. Clever movement from him. Shawal forward. Faisal Rafi. Well, they're giving the ball away a little too cheaply. Balestier, Khalsa, Fabian Kwok. Now to Farhan. Hafiz is storming down the left-hand side. And that's excellent work. They'll get a corner. Hougang. I think we're going to have one final change, and Afik Noor is going to come on for a bit of a cameo. He can certainly exhaust players, he can run at them. Solid header away by Hoshino. Yamasaki keeps that in. That will be another corner. So there's going to be a final change here for Hougang, with the skipper Fabian Kwok in his troublesome captain's armband. Going to take a break. And the energetic Afik Noor to come on. Right, now that's out for Zuzul. This is where he can be dangerous. Oh, he does well to get past Anders Zaplin. Oh, not far away. He's a big man, but he's got skills. Does Shime Zuzul. So Fabian Kwok trudges off. He's got a bit of a problem here. He's not really coming off at the moment. Captain will now be Lionel Tan. He's done his job in the middle of the park. Once again, Fabian Kwok. And Afik Noor comes on. He'll run and run and run non-stop. So, 5 minutes left. Still just 1-0. And by the way, that goal scored earlier by Tomoyuki Doi means that we have avoided the first goalless draw since July 2017, which was also here between the two sides. Balestier were a bit of a bogey team last year for Hougang, who were not very good, were they, last year, unfortunately? But Hougang were undefeated in 2 encounters last year, a win and a draw. Both sides last meeting here in Payoh in June 2018, Hougang winning 1-0 in Clementio's first game in charge of the club. He was a caretaker at that time. Oh, lovely little back heel to Afik Noor. Here's Tomoyuki Doi. Plays that across to Farhan. Kaishu Yamazaki. Kaishu goes for goal. That's an excellent shot. But again, well kept up by Zaiful Nizam. And there's a little taste of what Kaishu can do. He does say he likes to go for goal. But again, it's a save you'd expect someone like Zaiful Nizam to make. The shot was certainly on. It kept low, and those are the kinds of shots that can creep in. And Zaplin. They want their second just to settle any nerves. Oh, that's poor cross from Shawwal. Shawwal will be hoping to make the national squad when Singapore are in World Cup qualifying action in June. That will be in Saudi Arabia. They'll be up against the hosts, Uzbekistan and Palestine. Singapore currently third in a 5-team group, having a pretty decent start to the qualifying campaign. Hafiz. Well, are Balestier going to get that one chance to make things uncomfortable? Here's Shumir Zuzul. Krychek. Still Krychek. Well, that is very, very good defending from Anders Zaplin to block the shot. There have been a couple of those well-placed blocks. They've combined well, haven't they, Zuzul and Krychek? And they provided a few problems. That was a good ball in. And excellent anticipation from Anders Zaplin. Ridwan has done enough this time. Afik Noor. And that was important for Arish to be in the way and intercept that. We're hearing there will be 4 minutes of added time. Faisal Rafi. Well, they might want to take a gamble and push Hoshino further forward. Now they're trying to throw everything at it. Fadli. And you have to give a lot of credit to how Balestier have approached this. They've been working ever so hard into the final minute before we enter added time. Zuzul. Still Zuzul. Now Doi is trying to lead the counter. Lovely ball from him. Khairul Nizam waiting to take the shot. He can't do it. Out to Doi. Oh, and a snapshot from him. Well, that would have sealed things. There's a confirmation of the 4 minutes. Well, you might miss out on a brace today, Tomoyuki Doi. Tricky from Khairul Nizam. And that's wide in the end. Well wide, actually, from Doi. Remember, he scored his second in the last game, the 96th minute against Tanjong Pagar. So just don't discount it. Krychek. Oh, Hoshino, that would have been very ambitious. It has taken a big deflection, though. It's come off Maksat. The referee will keep an eye on this. I think he felt the full brunt. Chest. Did he take a direct blow to the chest? Clementio isn't impressed. He says, get up. Stop time wasting to his own player. They will add that on, I'm sure. Marko Kraljevic will be right in the referee's ear if they don't add time on for that. Another corner. No, it would be a goal kick. I just wonder, and it's easy to say this now in hindsight, whether Shime Zuzul starting the game would have been more effective for Balestier. He is such a goal threat when he's in that kind of mood. Could be a fitness issue because he hasn't started the last few games for Balestier. Still have about 2 minutes left in this. Shawal will make it difficult. Well, there's no doubt about the foul. Shawal. Saiful Nizam will take this. They're going to try and send everyone forward now. Balestier have worked so hard for this. They'll throw everything into it in these last couple of minutes. A bit of shoving and pushing there. Hoshino, he's gone for goal! Oh, that wasn't all that far away. He has scored some long-range beauties already this season. The couple of goals against Young Lions come to mind. Well, it was there for the asking, wasn't it? The shot. They want Ridwan Baradin to get on with it. I think the referee is going to, well, he surely needs to add on a little bit more time now than the 4 minutes. Oh, lovely header on from Khairul Nizam to Shawal Anwar. Tomoyuki Doi, they're at the right side of the pitch at the moment. This is perfect for them. Kaishu! Straight as Saiful Nizam. One last chance for Balestier Khalsa. The 4 minutes are up. Christian Krychek, you won't get there. The referee will add on that time. Well, everyone just hesitated. Unselfish from Khairul Nizam. Should he have just shot? Well, they'll just hold on to the ball now, surely. Kaishu. Oh, that's a straightforward header. Khairul Nizam. And it's all over anyway. Balestier Khalsa, the players collapse to the ground. What a shift they've put in today, having been reduced to 10 men very early on with the dismissal of Ensar Bruncevic, and they have coped superbly. Hougang United, they've got the 3 points. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and they're top of the table, at least for now, as they were a week ago after that fine win against Tampines Rovers. But let's give credit to Marko Kraljevic and his players today. A gritty, hard, tough performance from them. And you wonder what could have happened if they were in their full complement. But a very, very hard-fought battle. They stayed in it some good defending, some decent goalkeeping as well from Zaiful Nizam. They had some chances at the other end, but it was a quality once again of Tomoyuki Doi in the 63rd minute that separated the two sides, and that's the first time in 5 matches that he's failed to score 2 goals in a game. The full-time score here at Payoh Stadium, it's Balestier Khalsa 0, Hougang United 1. Well, they'll be absolutely delighted with that. This is the magical moment. Khairul Nizam setting it up for Tomoyuki Doi, who smashed that into the roof of the net in the 63rd minute. And that's 10 goals for the Japanese striker. Those are the stats. Well, Hougang obviously dominated. Interesting to see that Balestier had more corners. But when you translate that into the actual goal tally, well, it's only the one. That doesn't matter. Whether it's 1 or 100, you still get 3 points. And that's what they'll be looking at the moment. They are the highest scoring team in the SPL. Well, look at this. Tanjung Pagar United have created a little bit of history for themselves. Their first win since October 2014. A whopping 4-0 hammering of Young Lions at the Jalan Besar Stadium. What a way to get the monkey off their back. Not only have they won, but they've gone off the bottom of the table. And they'll be absolutely delighted. Remember, they had a stirring performance against Hougang United here in Jurong East Stadium a few days ago. And they're built on that. And they'll be very, very happy. Young Lions are the only team in the SPL without a win. But Hougang United, top of the table tonight. We've got 2 fixtures for you tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Albrechts Nagata with a chance to go back on top. They take on Tampines Rovers. What a tie that will be. And at our Tampines hub, Geylang International, they will want to get back to winning ways. They host the Moneybags of Singapore football, Lion City Sailors. So, thanks a lot from me, Shazad Haq, and the team here at Payoh Stadium. Reminder once again that Hougang United have defeated Balestier Khalsa by 1-0.